And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, the truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery driver, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the brother Troy Stars Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Please continue to go over to Troy's channel, support his channel, and help that brother to continue to grow. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. That's deep. Don't let it go over your head. You're a good person. You deserve respect. Manners and respect to everybody tuning in this morning. We got a couple of things we're going to talk about this morning. Keep it kind of festive, and then we'll be on our way to start our day. All right. Big up to each and every one of you. Listen up. Oh man, one of these topics is going to get pretty deep. So on the board this morning, we have, first of all, let me say shout out to Kamika. Kamika, I don't know if you want me to big you up with your full name because people have donated before and I big them up with them full name. Somebody's called me and said, SouFlo, don't big me up again because my husband don't like you and can't stand you. I don't know why her husband can't stand me, but she gave a donation and I thought, I'm going to big up every person that gives a donation. So after that, I stopped bigging up people by their name when they gave a donation. Anyways, on this channel, we have a couple of Kamikas. So don't bother feel like it's your Kamika, sir. If you're the jealous guy, all right? Don't bother feel it's your Kamika. It's a Kamika. Kamika, if this is you and you don't have a man that's strangling you like this, because, yeah, get some money to SouFLoTV for charity reasons, then you can come out and say that's you. But big up to Kamika because yesterday, when I spoke about the sister who called in and spoke to us about how the whole call center work thing goes in Jamaica and all that. And she had been asking for help previously, and I didn't know. So I caught her email later on and the progression and the frustration of it. Well, Kamika shouted out. Kamika went Cash App yesterday and sent me $100 US. And what I did with, so big up to Kamika for that. And she specifically said that the note that came with the $100 US is this is for the sister who called in about the call center thing. So I knew right away what it was. Kamika, I thank you. I appreciate you greatly. What I did with it was I went to my own bank account. I took out another $100 and I matched it with your $100 and I paid the fee. Cause them charge you a little fee, right? I think it's like $7.10. It came out to like $207.10 to send it. And I sent her $200 yesterday. I also learned something. I have all her information right here beside me, and I haven't gotten permission from her to give out her personal information. That's why I don't just put it up on the screen and say if you guys want to help her, you can contact her directly. But if I'm trying to get back in touch with her now. Right after I sent the money yesterday, I contacted her and said, "Let me know if you get the money." Because Jamaica is a weird and funny place. See? And I learned something also in the process because she said either if you're going to send it Western Union, you can actually send it straight to my account. And I'm thinking, this is a safe way to actually send. This is learning for you guys too. So for someone who have families that live in volatile areas, gunman pick them up off of the road, follow them, go Western Union and say, yeah, she collect a piece of money, and rob her, and all these kind of things, which we know happens all the time, right? You can actually through Western, I'm learning, and as I learn, I teach you. Now, I know some people are going to say, SouFlo, you're so late. Me never know that. Well, guess what? A lot of other people didn't know this as well. You can actually go through Western Union and send it directly to an account, to their account at the bank. I sent hers directly to her account, deposited straight into her account at the bank, right? So she not forgot go Western Union and all that. She can check on her phone from the comfort of her home and see that some money was deposited into her account and these kind of things. So yes, and it's at $200. It's not a lot to you, right? But $200 is a whole lot of money. It's almost $30,000, I believe it was yesterday, to her. So that's good money for her that will put her in a better position than she was the day before, right? It might not be long lasting, which is how we're really trying to help. We're really trying to be impactful for the long haul, right? But we also understand that people also need immediate help. When somebody is telling me that dinner not right for the evening, don't know where I'm going to eat for tomorrow and all that, I can't be here thinking about just long term alone. We have to also remedy the immediate if we can. And I'm telling y'all that as a family, as a group, we can actually do it, because one person sending a whole 100, it might be a lot on that one person, and they just have a good heart and them squeeze it out of them budget and send it anyways, right? But with each one of us sending just $10, that's a whole lot different, right? And we can make more of an impact. So that's where we're at with that. I just want to let Kamika know that I appreciate her for that, right? And I use the money exactly as it was intended to be used. This sister can call in at any time. See? And you know, me stay already, my pride and everything good. Matter of fact, I went out late because I saw the deposit late, and I went out late yesterday. Me not even want to hold on to the money fee no more hours. As soon as you send it to me, send it right to whoever it is supposed to go to and keep my receipts. All right, that's how I am, and that's what I do. With that said, this morning, Shatta Wale. And yo, I don't know if y'all pay attention to music much, but I do. And there's a brother named Shatta Wale, and Shatta Wale is known in Ghana as the dancehall king of Africa. Really, not Ghana, just Ghana, the dancehall king of Africa. He's done collaborations with many of big artists. He's a Grammy Award winner slash whatever, whatever. I'm over at Dancehall Mag yesterday, and I seen brother kissing the next man in the mouth, and I was like, "What's going on here?" Like, you know. Uh, so we're gonna talk about that. He kisses his bodyguard in the mouth, man, or on the lips, which are in the mouth, and then he followed that up later on with a video where he was wearing a pink wig and acting very effeminate, like, you know, him finger them spread off and thing, and him wrist broke on him, you know, and girl, and I stroke him wig, and I so beautiful and pretty, and I do all this, and people have been seeing it and saying, "So Flo, you seen this? Say something about this. What you think about this?" So I spent a couple of minutes before I came live just going through what the backstory is about all that. I remember we had some of our own comedians who got a beating back in the day, like Trabas. Trabas used to do. Trabas was from early part of YouTube, you know, kind of paved the way for the rest that came. Still, Trabas used to do the skits and whatnot, and them used to Trabas famous Pink and his crew, and they used to put on the wig and do the little thing, and you know, and real effeminate thing, but it was comedy and acting. And I always said that we're hypocrites because we watch Mrs. Doubtfire or Mr. Doubtfire from back in the day come all the way up to, there are so many other movies that are American or foreign where we see this wig wearing, dress wearing thing, and we sit down there and watch the movie and enjoy the movie. But then when our comedians do it, and we know it's in a comedic vein, it's not like the man I come out and say, I prefer to dress as a woman kind of thing. You know, we beat them really bad. But in Shatta Wale's case, I don't know what that is yet. I'm going to explain it to you in a minute as we go through it together. See? Especially the fact that he is connected to dancehall, and he is known as Africa's king of dancehall. Madea, even with Tyler Perry, right? And all that. So before I touch on that topic, though, I want to stress clearly, okay? In my comment section, keep your hate language to yourself. Find another way to say what it is you're going to say. As soon as I see it, if it's there, I'm going to exit you from the group this morning, just so we have a peaceful discussion of whatever we're going to talk about. All right, I know someone will get already. You're going to your feelings and you just start reel off some things where it's damaging to the platform and damaging to us. We're not harboring any hate, and we're not projecting any hate to any particular group of people. Let that be known, let that be clear. The big word they like to throw on you is homophobic or transphobic or something like that. We're not into any of that, and we're not doing any of that this morning. All right? Remember that. So think what y'all said before you say what you're saying. Then we have a teacher. And I didn't know he was a school teacher. I was supposed to bring you this story when it broke, but then I was like, and I did. It was the brother that stabbed up his parents. But I brought you the story as the school vice principal in Jamaica who got killed by her son and her husband, who was also a pastor, I believe it was, or a minister, a man of the cloth. They both parents got killed by their son. So I didn't know the son's background, so I wanted to dig some more and wait for more to come out. Was he psychologically challenged? Did he have mental issues going on? Like, what drove them to that? Well, we have more now, right? So we're going to talk about that as well this morning. And there could be a learning in this for some of you who have your children and you're raising them, or you have your adult children living in your house and all these things. You might be able to give some brighter insight to somebody else. See, those are the two topics for this morning. And let me go big up some people, and then we get into our topic. You choose which one you want to talk about first. Is it going to be Shatta Wale, or is it going to be the brother with his family, his mom and his dad? They're from Portmore, Jamaica, by the way. Okay, so Carrie Ann Jones is in the building this morning. First one in. Thank you, Carrie Ann, for being here. I appreciate you greatly. Esserin Odetta is here. Lady Merlina is here. Miss Goldie Robinson, good morning, Miss Goldie Robinson. Mystic Lion, big up yourself. So Fine is in the building. Kai Tai Jai. Kai Tai Jai is in the building. I feel like we come from over. So Kai Tai Jai is in the building this morning, Miss Goldie Robinson. You hear me? I say Kai Tai Jai is in the building. I feel like I could speak Cantonese. Kai Tai Jai. Jet Shelley is in the building this morning. Nicole Bazaar, good morning. Thank you for being here. Let me see. Happy Hump Day. It's Hump Day? Jeez, I didn't know. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Man, you know how it is when you just get up and you just go? Put one foot before the other and just go. Keep my head down, my nose to the grind. I don't know what day of the week it is. Some people is like, it's Wednesday, SouFLo. I'm like, really? Me feel like a Monday. That's how I feel. So they said it's Happy Hump Day, so it's Happy Hump Day to you. All right. Caribbean Queen is in the building this morning. Amma Inspire is here. Mr. Article Don Daya. Andrea Humphrey is here. Craig Bailey, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Darren Brannon, 305. Good morning, family, and big up yourself. King Biggs in the building this morning. Clive Stewart's in the building. Robro, hope all is well. Big up yourself. Lisa Marie Chin King, Yadaya. Big up yourself and thank you for being here. Vicky Victory. Maxine, good as gold, is in the building. Yes, good as is in the building this morning. Lisa Marie Chin King, Vicky Victory, Maxine, good as Christopher Vibes Rum. Daya, top of the morning, y'all. Top of the morning, Christopher Vibes Rum. Kimberly Williams is here. Miss Sharon is here. Black Butterflies Jungle, VB721, Doc 65 there. Ross Jada, big up yourself, is in the building this morning. Seneca Suidad is here. Ikema Evans is here. And Darlene Walter Riley. Great Goodies is Great Goodies. I hope all is well with you. I haven't seen that name in a minute. Thank you for being here. Pally Girl, same thing. Pally Girl is in the building as well. Lisa Watkins is here. Jessica K. Hutchinson, Chessa K. Hutchinson is in the building this morning, and Rosalind Smichael, Audrey Minot, anybody who I didn't call out, Lexus RCF24 in the building, and Branches Joe is here. Anybody I did not call out, like Steve Wright and Keegan's Kitchen and Faithia Griffiths and Truckers Up and Tracy Champion and Jubu and Rika Lou and Main One, and big up on yourself. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all. All right. Well, let me get into the stories this morning. Anybody who didn't get them big up, you don't know how it go already. We can't spend all morning bigging up, but you know says manners and respect, right? All right. Sauce Boss. I appreciate you greatly, Sauce Boss. Thank you for that. All right. Choose which one we want to talk about, please, and let us get into it. Are we going to get into the Shatta Wale thing first and leave the killy brother thing for later, or we're gonna do the school teacher? All right, Judge Shelley is the only one to answer. Judge Shelley said school teacher. You have a couple more seconds. Jump in. Is it gonna be the school teacher? All right, them said the school teacher. Them one, you're the school teacher, the school teacher. Boy, brother, you see, you start with the fish thing and this thing and see YouTube block your comment already. They are on to us if you don't know it. Let me explain something to y'all. When the whole LGBT started organizing and coming after Jamaican entertainers, right, and labeling Jamaican music and entertainers, dancehall music, and most of its entertainers as homophobic and transphobic, and creating a scene on U.S. soil, especially against them, like showing up to their venues where the artist was booked to perform with big placards and in numbers, making it difficult for promoters to book these. The damage you do on social media by you just flinging out certain things, don't even know what you're doing, right? Let me tell you, it was a Jamaican that actually went in with them and said, "Oh, y'all dancing to Boom Bye Bye, like y'all don't know what that means." Okay, let me start translating these lyrics for you guys. And he broke down all the lyrics for them at the head of their organization, and then they were like, "What? So we've been dancing all along to people who's been saying to kill us? Oh, really? Okay. All right, then. So this is what we're going to do." So I'm trying to tell y'all, man, stay off the platform with that, please. The first comment I see with a bunch of fish or something in it just now, it got blocked. I can see it. Nobody else can see it because that's how YouTube does, right? And it's up to me to say, go ahead, verify it, put it out, or leave it alone. I know why them block it in the first place, so I'm not even going to push the envelope trying to get them to make everybody see your comments. So again, be careful. Know what you're doing when you leave your little comments out there. You could be actually destroying somebody's platform. All right? If you don't like me, that's how I'm going to take it. As after I give all these warnings, I'm going to take it as you're somebody who is doing some covert operation stuff to destroy this platform, and I'm going to kick you off of it. All right? Let's have some open-minded discussion and some peace and love in here this morning, please. All right, so we're going with teach, all right? Okay, so when this story first broke, matter of fact, the Gleaner ran an article on this brother. When the story first broke, it's a pretty prestigious school that's in Jamaica, and the mom is actually the vice principal of that school. When the story first broke, I was like, what in God's name could have caused this to happen? You know, sometimes children stay at home too long and then they feel entitled, right? Them feel like what's yours is mine. Maybe parents, you're not getting old enough, fast enough, and dying quick enough. I know you have life insurance policy and it's big. I'm the beneficiary, I'm the benefactor of that. So I can hurry up and dead now, let me get the life insurance money and get the house. Believe it or not, some children do think like that. Someone actually said to me, SouFLo, if I was you, I wouldn't even tell my picnic them about how much life insurance me have and that they're the beneficiary, because you don't know which one of your kids. Now it's hard to actually look at your child and be like, would this mother, would you snake me like that and do that to me for some? You never know. The honest truth is you never know. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful in this lifetime because it's weird out here. Anyways, in this particular story, I was just wondering what happened. So they ran a story on the person who did it. I was kind of surprised at how nicely they spoke about him considering what he had done. I mean, he knifed his mama and his daddy to death, stabbed up the two of them, started stabbing one up first, and then the other one jumped in like, Lord God, what y'all do? Grabbed the other one and stabbed up the next one to kill both his parents, took the car, his mom's car, drove it to a neighboring community, parked it there, and started walking around. The people in the community knows the lady and they know her car. So they first came out and was like, is what Miss Ramsay car doing around Yasso? And them look into the car and they saw a whole lot of blood. They called the police. The Jamaica police came out, then they canvassed and searched the neighborhood and they found him walking around the same neighborhood. So not even run. He just did it, got away from the house, went to the neighboring community, parked the car and started walk around, right? They said he was walking around in a daze, never said too much or anything. They asked him what happened. He told them immediately what he had done. And they, based on what he said and the blood in the vehicle, they went back to the house, and that is where they found his parents, both parents. See? Simeon Ramsay. Simeon Ramsay is rather what his name is. And this is the article that was in the Jamaica Gleaner. But before we go into the article in the Jamaica Gleaner, let's talk about actually how it was worded, what he did. All right. The original content says that a 25-year-old, he's 25, and I didn't know that he was a teacher as well. See, a 25-year-old teacher has now been charged with 2 counts of murder in the stabbing death of both his parents at their Portmore St. Catherine home, and it happened earlier this month. Simeon Ramsay is set to answer to these charges in court on March the 4th, which is a couple of days from today. Today is the 2nd, right, of 2022. According to information that was obtained by Observer Online, Ramsay was slapped with the murder charges on Sunday, February 20th, following a question and an answer session at the Spanish Town Hospital in the presence of his attorney, who is Tamika Harris. Ramsay is an assistant teacher, and he's accused of killing his 69-year-old Cecil Ramsay, a minister, that's his father, a minister of religion, and his 55-year-old mom, Phyllis Ramsay, the acting principal of St. Andrew's Preparatory School. St. Andrew's Prep. If you go look up St. Andrew's Prep online, you will actually see that St. Andrew's Prep is a pretty prestigious school that has been around for a long time. I think their history spans about 75 years or something like that. And then, but go look it up. See, Ramsay, an assistant teacher, is accused of killing both parents, and reports are that both the deceased and the accused were at home when the accused man used an open blade kitchen knife to stab Cecil, his father, in the chest, and Phyllis, his mom, got stabbed in the side of the neck. The original report said that she was stabbed a whole lot more times. This is saying Daddy got stabbed in the chest, Mommy got stabbed on the side of her neck. Wow. Patsy Barrett says, yes, my niece goes to that school. One thing about Jamaica, the school don't play. I give Jamaica its props for a majority of the school. Matter of fact, a lot of us that live foreign, when we hear, we're like, man, I want to send my kid to school in Jamaica to board them out. Because when you find a good school them in Jamaica, you know, a uniform, so nobody no worry about, oh, what do you have on? What are you wearing? Those aren't name brand and all that. They don't concern about that. The uniform them always look crisp and they have standards. And you know, most of the teachers them, they are pinpointing on your students in Jamaica, like they get that special attention that they need. Teachers hone in Jamaica. I've seen teachers turn the whole lesson into a sing-along. Oh, you like dancehall music? Okay, let's turn the lesson into dancehall then, since this will get your attention, and engage the kids in the way that they do learn and these kind of things. It's way more involved. Remember, I went to school in both countries, so I can speak from my experience. Compare and contrast. Jamaica is a better place for your child to go to school, in my mind, right? Anyhow, and that particular school is definitely one of the prestigious schools. So, and she's the acting principal there. So for her to die like this, I was like, what the hell had happened in their household? You're gonna hear. Ramsay, the accused, was subsequently arrested by the police after driving away from the scene to Phoenix Park Village in his mother's Toyota Axio motor car. And I told you before that when he did that, he parked the car, walked around in a daze. People saw it, looked in the vehicle, saw blood, called the police, and the rest is where it's at today. Now, the Gleaner did a piece on him, and it says like this: Simeon Ramsay, the teddy bear-like son who became increasingly reclusive and is alleged to have slain his parents in St. Catherine last Friday, wrestled with psychological turmoil after a controlling father who ruled the household with an iron fist. Persons with intimate knowledge of the family have disclosed. So People who are close to the family was telling the news people, I guess, the Gleaner, that he had become more withdrawn and lock himself away from people, basically, because his father ruled the house with an iron fist, to the point where his father didn't want him involved in certain activities and preferred for him to be at church and all that, and controlled his life to a certain degree. Ramsay had also been cast by a previous employer, former coach, and teacher as an amicable, caring youth who had never shown any signs of hostility. This is not one person, that came out and said this. Remember, the youth is him having qualifications to be a teacher. He was working as an assistant teacher at the time. Previous employer, former coach, school teachers, so on and so forth, and close family friends. They cast him as a big teddy bear, caring youth who had never shown any signs of hostility, a narrative that dovetails with other accounts that he appeared to have suffered from mental illness that played out in this tragic homicide. In fact, close associates said that Simeon, who reportedly confessed to investigators that he had killed his 55-year-old mother and his father, his 65-year-old father, at their Christian Meadows home, was a Christian himself who had a gift for interacting with children in his capacity as caregiver and teaching assistant. So he was the one who the children them used to feel comfortable talking to, and he could, like, they related to him better, I guess, in that kind of a manner. Simeon's father was a minister of religion, and his mother the acting vice principal of St. Andrew Preparatory School in Halfway Tree. A former employer of Simeon's who reported being jolted by the macabre killing of the Ramsays recounted in a Gleaner interview memories of the detained son as such a nice child, always sending me voice notes of love and hope. I remember Mr. Ramsay telling me that his father was pressuring him for money. He wasn't working anymore, and his father wanted him to contribute to the household. But it was hard for him because he wasn't really making that much. The employer, requesting that his name not be shown, said that she was told in her early interactions with Ramsay that there was issues within the family and him and his father is not on good terms because of that. Right? Remember, I'm at 25, so I already know what my audience members, some of you are saying, right? You're 25 years old. Your father rule house with iron fist. Your father is telling you that you have to now contribute to the bills and stuff like that. If you're not going to do it, leave. Go find your own place to be. You're well past the age where, okay, I've raised you. I've raised you. I'm responsible for you. I should at least do the basics as a parent, which is keep a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and make sure you're fed. I've done all those things. You're a big man now. You're 25, right? You're still there. You went to college, you graduated, you have your degree. You're working as an assistant teacher, or you're not working, or you're working, or you're not working, or you're working, or you're not working, but you're not contributing here. So I want you to contribute more. Daddy probably was always firm and probably, still firm, even though his son is a big man now. Boy, I don't know. That's kind of a touchy subject. I'm going to get into that on a personal level in a minute. Let me finish this first. So Simeon had gotten chubby, she said, put on a lot of weight, and wanted to see if he could make it on the football team. He was training with the Phoenix Academy until his father stopped him. The younger Ramsay's 6-week stint with that employer during the onset of the pandemic earned him a weekly remuneration of $12,000 for a job that spanned 4 hours a day. I would pick him up at the Portmore bus stop in Halfway Tree every morning from Monday to Thursday and take him to my house, the former employer said. But when she offered Simeon the opportunity for staying overnight, she was told that Cecil Ramsay, the father, would not agree to that. Now, here's a 25-year-old man. I'm getting are you getting the same energy that I'm getting? I'm getting the energy that this employer also probably liked him. Because honestly, no man ain't taking the time out of his day to text you every single day as a woman, uplifting messages. Um, and loving messages and message about love and uplifting. It's some kind of, some kind of like somebody there. So, and then now you're picking him up every day, taking him to and from where he needs to go, and also know his personal business, like how much he gets paid for this gig. It's $12,000, right? And you're asking him to spend the night now, but he's telling you. I feel like some kind of arrested development thing was going on here. It's like Simeon wanted to go out into the world, but he was still under the thumb of daddy. As daddy would say, this is my house. You're under my roof. You do as I say. See? That means, sir, you're not married to any woman. You're not supposed to be spending the night at any woman's house. You have your room here. You come home daily, right? We go to church. That's what we do. We praise the Lord and we pray that God send you a good woman. I don't want no woman come spoil you up and all these things, and you're going to go in the direction that I want you to go in, because I'm your father and it is my duty to guide you in the right and proper direction. Now, here's the thing. I don't knock how people do their stuff, but at a certain point, you got to let go. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, you have to let go. At a certain point, you have to start to realize, like, yo, my picnic on big man. Okay, so I'm stay out late last night. I hope he's not into crime and them something that I forgot to talk to him and see what go on, right? And you try to get in there on another way. You want your older children to be your friends at that point, or to at least consider you a parent that's cool enough where them can come talk to you about some things. You don't want to still be laying the law down like that. But then again, that's Caribbean parents for you. And once you're under their roof, it's their rules. And that's how they rock in most households anyway. Now, at the time, she said she was trying to get him to stay the night. He was 22. He was 22 or 23 at the time and lived in his parents' house. So I just left it alone. Sometimes I would invite him for things and he had to go to church instead. He had church meetings and his father wouldn't take kindly to it. He had to go. He couldn't do nothing else but go to the church, right? So here you have someone, social interaction within his own age group, with his own peers, was denied because daddy said, bullshit, you're not going there. Or them invited to party, you don't party, Simeon, you go church, right? So you already know you're not going there. Simeon, one of the past teachers, told the Gleaner would never speak disparagingly of his parents, ever, never had anything bad to say about them. The teacher, also speaking on conditions of anonymity, not wanting to be known, reported that Ramsay was very strict, but Simeon tried to always shield them and to be diplomatic of the situation, right? It's just so daddy is, and I have to put up with daddy because I just saw him and it's for them house I live in and these kind of things. When contacted by the Gleaner, Craig Butler, the president and CEO of the Phoenix Sport Management, described the incident as a tragedy. He said that Simeon used to come to us a few times, when he was in prep school. Several times he had asked me to join the academy, and he may come for one day or so, and then we don't see him again. And then show up again, and then we don't see him again. He may come for one day or so, and then we don't see him again. He has never shown any signs of violence the times that he had been with me, said Mr. Butler, who up to recently coached the Mona High in schoolboy football competitions. We at Phoenix, we preach family, we preach love, we preach loyalty. And to see that happen, I don't know what happened between him and his family, what happened in his mind, but it's very unfortunate to see this, Mr. Butler said. Now, the St. Andrew Preparatory School family is said to be extremely worried about Simeon's state of mind. Is he losing his mind? Has he lost his mind? Is he going psychotic? Is he in an episode of psychosis? Phyllis was a sixth grade teacher working at the institution for more than 20 years. We're talking about now, but despite accounts that the father had obsessive control over his family, even demanding to see his wife's pay slips, other persons who knew the Ramsay described them as model citizens. Now, here what? We're bridging the gap here, right, between modern times and old times. In a time gone by, it was okay for, say, man to say, I'm the head of the house, I run this house, I'm my house. Yes, king in my castle, and woman say yes, and share out him food every day and bring him food, come put on the table in the same spot, the same way he likes it, and all that. I grew up like that, and I saw my grandmother treat my grandfather like that. But the thing is, she treated him like that her whole life, right? Until she could no longer do it because they stayed together from their early age. They got together until they're in their 90s when she recently passed away. However, nowadays, when you hear stuff like demanding to see your wife's payslip, some people will say, oh, that alone is abusive. That alone is too controlling. As if the woman is supposed to just go off and make however much money she wants to make and hide all her stuff from her husband if she feels like it and she has all right to do so. I would tell people who think that that's how it should go, the latter, that you yourself shouldn't even get in our marriage. If my wife demands to see my pay slip, I would show her, right? She shouldn't even have to demand. I think in a relationship, you should be both sitting at the table working out the finances. Even if one ain't working, the other one has to be on the same page to understand that, hey, this is how stuff goes. This is how much we're making. This is how much bills have to be paid out of it. This is what we have. That way the other person don't go out and say, oh, I feel like I could buy this. I feel like I can't get that. I need this. And then the next person over there is like, Jesus Christ, we can't afford all this. We're going broke, and stress start kill them. Then them want to kill you. You know? So checking phone, etc. is foolishness. Yeah, I don't go that far. That's different. Working out your finances and keeping each other on the same page and being transparent, that is different from wanting to search through somebody's phone. I don't want to search nobody's phone. I don't do phones. I don't do bags. I don't do none of that. For those of you who've been on here long enough, you've heard me say this. If my wife did have used condom in her bag, and them done and them take it off and tie it up, so and it's sitting still in it. If she did have them there in her bag, I wouldn't know because me not going there, right? I walk past it right just up on the dresser or wherever she put it. I don't go in there, I'm not looking there, nothing in there for me, or I don't go looking for stuff that might hurt my feelings if I find it. Life is going to bring me stuff that's going to hurt me anyways, and I have to figure out how to deal with those as they come. But I don't worry about stuff till it happens. And then I don't create that stuff that creates stuff in my mind that start to have me thinking all kinds of other ways. So, you know what I'm saying? Some men do that though. And some women do that too. Don't act like you out of it because you do it too. Some women run down the man phone too, and as the man turn him back, so all one time him have a fingerprint on the phone, she wait till the man got dead sleep and use him hand open him own phone and all kind of something. So they both do it, which that's just crazy as hell. If you feel like you have something to hide, hide it. I bet you one day it's gonna be revealed anyways. So just hide what you feel for hide. You soon get exposed. See? So, and that's just how I think, but that's just me. So this person said that you wouldn't find a better family. The wholesomeness of this family. I feel this to the core, may I tell you, as a member of the St. Andrew Preparatory community. Grief counseling has commenced for the teachers and auxiliary staff at that school. Bethania Edwards, the principal of St. Andrew Preparatory, could not be reached at the time as calls to her cell phone went straight to voicemail. The former employer told the Gleaner that she saw signs that the accused man was struggling with balancing school and being the key club president at GC Foster College. So I guess that he attended GC Foster, right? And she said she saw signs that he was struggling. The teacher said that the younger Ramsay started playing cricket after the football, started playing cricket, but again reported becoming swamped with so much responsibilities, offering excuses all the time that he could not come around more often because of his tight schedule. He spoke about God. He spoke about having a relationship with God, and he was always smiling in the face of all kinds of adversities. He always saw the glass as half full and not half empty. This is what another former employer said, referring to his supportive behavior during almost 3 years of interaction. Up to press time, the St. Catharines South Police said that Ramsay had not been charged. Remember, this was done before he was charged. I already gave you the update on that he has now officially been charged with these murders of both parents. A family friend believed that family turmoil was the tipping point that may have pushed Simeon over the edge. His mother, the friend said, may have been just collateral damage. In other words, she thinks that it was a kickoff between him and the father, and mommy running there, Lord God, Jesus, Simeon, what you do? And she got hit too, right? I think the rage turned on her because she never did anything to protect him. Because she's very submissive to her husband, the person said. Anything when him said, I hit that. Him can't manage jail. He's a big teddy bear. Him don't even raise him voice too much when him talk. This is what the friend said of Simeon. Him can't manage jail. It's a Marco, I did not give you a timeout, but me not bother. You're over here saying if it's only one topic we have to talk about this morning. How about you just tune in and enjoy what going on? And if you don't enjoy, click off. And then if you feel like come back, right? Already, you missed the beginning of the show, fam. When me explain what we're going to be talking about. Don't it? All right. Anyhow, me not about to kick you out this morning. Me in a good mood. So, here we are. What this tells me, basically, is I don't think Ramsay did have Ramsay, all of them are Ramsays. I don't think that Simeon had any mental issues. No. I think he had a breaking point. Remember yesterday when that caller said people who are extremely nice can also be extremely violent equally, right? I think, Simeon, you notice how everybody described him as quiet. Hold on.
Yeah, you notice how everybody described him as quiet.
Oh.
Yeah, you notice how everybody described him as
quiet. Fam. Person, you're the same person that was calling yesterday that I gave the same weird look and hung up the phone. Fix up yourself before you call again, please. If you're gonna call, please turn down the device that you're hearing us on. Okay? Good morning, you're live on the air with SouFLo.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, live on the air. How you doing?
All right, SouFLo. Good morning and SouFLo fam. Hear what I'm saying, right? If you can't take all of this what the father and the mother want, but let us move up to the people in the house, man. Come up to the people in the house. I don't care if it's a big teddy bear, a little teddy bear, or whatever. It needs to move and eat. Some people, if they don't have the money, some people can put it with a woman. You know what I mean? I say, come up to the people and cook instead of kill them.
Right.
So the big teddy bear, oh, he can't manage prison. But you know, go to prison now. So kill himself.
Yeah, break up on you know.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if he can't handle prison like the friend or the person is saying if he's gonna kill himself. No, why never kill himself too? Or kill himself alone. Come out to the people in the house and even go find a woman live with.
Yes.
Because a lot of girls and boys or young people, if them can't take the mother with them, go find a friend to stay with. they're gonna show what the father they're gonna do. Come hunt him down and I don't think so.
Yeah.
So Flo, I'm just telling you the truth. Him should have never do that to him parents. Him wicked. He's a wicked person.
We feel the
Can
same.
you see quiet people so Flo, me not trust them, you know? Me not trust me let's say me loud, but me's a good person.
Yeah.
And the first to help and enough other things behind it. And you see some little quiet people, me not like them, you know, because me not trust them. You sit down, you don't know what them I think. Look at this big teddy bear now, on kill off in people them.
Kill off
It's
mother
wicked
and
so
father,
cool.
man.
And you forget life in a prison. And make Kid Ralph still alive. And make Kid Ralph deal with him case down a GP. You understand me? That's all I have to say. So for have a nice day.
Big up yourself. Have a nice day. Yeah, I agree with her. I don't think he had no mental nothing going on. You know, when time people finally break and do what they've been thinking about doing all along, it's like because that's you don't just do that out the random. I'm sure he's been thinking about this. Like, me I'll kill daddy, you know. One day me I'll kill that man, and that man gonna make me kill him, you know. And it goes through your mind, goes through your mind. I mean, if you get to that stage and you're still in their house at 25 years old, get out. Now we know how Jamaica is, right? Some people stay in their parents' house till them all in them 40s and 50s and never leave, actually. And the relationship works out fine. But then there are others who come be a pestilence and a burden, man. And then you have the parents who feel like, I don't care if you're 50, you still seem like 5 years old to me. I'm going to give you another chance to answer this phone. Hello.
Good morning.
Brother, can you turn down? Are you okay? Huh?
How are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm great. My name is Matthew.
Okay, Matthew, can you turn down the music that's in the background, please?
All right. Let's talk about the disabilities act in Jamaica. Me as a disabled person, this country is a fun country, Them said them don't want to take us as disabled people at school. It's discrimination. What are your thoughts about the act?
Okay, you're cutting right into my topic about something else, but let me entertain that for like 5 minutes, all right? Out of respect for you. Um, I agree. Jamaica is far behind when it comes to disabled people because right here in the United States of America, where I'm living, I can speak for here. There are people here who are able to go to work and earn a living like a regular person, which allows them to feel like a part of society. You know, they go work, they contribute to their household, and they feel like a part of society. So, and there's a lot of other things too that's in play. Like I've noticed a lot of places in Jamaica, you have people confined to wheelchair, pretty young people as well, might have had cerebral palsy or whatever else, and with like there are no sidewalks for them, so they pretty much can't leave where they live at and can't get around on their own. Public transportation don't have the lift that comes down and would pick up a wheelchair and put it into the bus like how they do here. So, you know, there's so much things going on that could be made better for disabled people in Jamaica. And to tell you the truth, Jamaica is far behind.
Yes, but to tell you the truth, when I was a little boy, I was planning to go to school every day, but eventually the teacher said to me that she don't want to take me because she don't want the children to like a wheelchair. It means discrimination.
Yes.
Ever since when those people don't want to take me to school, I don't have anything to do with those people.
What is your
What happened before that my life ended?
What is your disability, Matthew?
My dreams are shattered.
Your dreams are shattered. That's sad.
Yes, and my life ended again. I'm so disappointed with that teacher. How could she say that?
What is your disability, Matthew?
Cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is a condition that's affected the brain at birth.
So because that teacher said they didn't want to take you into school because she didn't want the other students to what?
Because she don't want the children to ride the wheelchair with me.
She don't want the children to. So she didn't want you interacting with the other children.
Yes, all those people want me to just stay home every day and don't do anything.
Yeah, you're in a rough position, man. And I know about that. I know about that. I don't
But the way how you hear me talk, you're supposed to think that I am so young. I'm young, I'm 19.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing your picture here. I just can't show you to everybody else without your permission. And to be honest with you, the reason why I was being patient about you calling, because you called before and we couldn't hear you talk, and you called before again, and then there was noise in the background, and each time you called, there was difficulty. So I myself have worked and do work in the field of occupational therapy, so I'm around people like you, quote unquote, I should put it then. And from the minute I saw your picture, I already knew what it was. That's why I was being patient, you know. Um, but man, I feel your pain,
Yes,
man. There's nothing I can do per se personally to help, but other than give you some platform to vent and then go on and speak about how the Jamaican government needs to do more for disabled youths because they grow up into adults like yourself, and you're missing a whole lot of milestones, and you need some assistance. He's young, and if I had his permission to show you, I could show you his picture right now. A young handsome brother, but I could tell that what the disability was from the minute I saw the picture, right? So he's voicing that he's stuck at home, and this is how people want him for that all the time, just stay home and sit down and all this frustration, real life frustration. See, so sometimes when y'all see me like playing around, like answer or I answer the phone, but and give them a chance again, it's because of stuff like this. I see more than I say, right? But Matthew, um,
yes, yes,
you want to call me back offline after I finish the show? Because maybe we can join
yes.
forces in a matter and do something that can benefit people with disability in Jamaica altogether.
Yes.
You know?
Okay, that.
Is it okay if I call you?
Yes, I would like to, what I would like to do interestingly, I would
What?
like to start a shop business. I would like to do that selling. I would like to live into a house or food for the poor. I would like to talk to food for the poor to build a house for me
Where do you live now, Matthew? Who do you live with?
in Garden Hill, St. Catherine. Live with my dad.
You live with your dad?
Yes, I lost my mom recently in January.
Oh man, my condolences. So you're going through it.
Yes,
Mm. I'll listen. When I'm done with the show, I'll give you a call. Okay?
yes,
All right, and we'll talk. Look out for my call, All right.
yes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Soon
What's your
call you.
name, sir?
Oh man, brother, Sam recently losing mother as well. Right. I could tell by looking at the picture as soon as him called, cause him having real picture upon him profile that it was cerebral palsy. That's why I alluded to cerebral palsy when I said that Jamaica don't have. And it's true. I had another person that got off topic a little bit before we get back on this killy thing. Because on that topic is very important as well because we're dealing with mental health and we're dealing with young people. Again, seeing he just lost his mom, January. It's only March 1st, 2nd today. A mother. Imagine mommy carry our picnic, raise him, care for him, have cerebral palsy. That can't be easy, especially in a country where ain't too much going on for people of a certain disability. You know what I'm saying? And then to lose your main caretaker, somebody will love you and care about you. You know already. So nobody else now gonna care for you like that again. Nobody else ain't gonna love you with that kind of love again. And then to deal with that plus that compounded, the youth sounds depressed. I don't know if you're getting the same vibe off of him than I was, but he sounds pretty depressed, right? He live at St. Catherine, he live with him father. Him said this is where everybody want me to stay. Just sit down there so all day, every day. That's frustrating as a young 19-year-old, you know? Why? I can't help everybody. You know, I was saying that to myself last night. It's like I look at stories and know sometimes I just skip past them because I'm the kind of person I get drawn in. And I'm like, how can I help this person? And then before you know it, I have like a long list of people that I would like to help. And I'm like, man, I'm only one person with just barely enough resources for myself and my family. And then, you know, it like how, and it starts to burden me as to how to help other people. But anyway, this is not about me. This is about them and him, right? So I will definitely give him a call back after this. Come, I want to talk to him a little bit and see, you know, maybe he just needs somebody to talk to. That's all. All right. Yeah, as Simeon though, with his parents, I don't think that brother had no mental issues per se. I think this is one of those children that were privileged. Privileged. Yes, you got raised with a strict dad, but you were privileged. See? Other picnic complain about no place to sleep, mother depend drugs, mother carrying strange man, mommy boyfriend rape me or push up himself for me. We don't have nothing to eat in the house, this, that, and the other. You're complaining about a strict dad. You're there till you're 25, bro. You know? And at 25, you decide, oh, me can't take it no more and stab up your father. Me not buy that. I don't buy that. The caller that called that said, you see, quiet people, SouFlo, me not trust them. Well, I talk a lot on the show, but I'm a quiet person. I'm a quiet person in real life. My wife, same thing. She quiet as hell in real life too. So I guess two quiet people. I just say me not trust quiet people. Some people just don't have a lot to say, you know, unless it's necessary. But I don't know what would define a character of a person to make you feel like, say, okay, I could see it in him. I could see it coming. Because his parents obviously didn't see it coming. Else them would have moved him out long time ago. If his father knew what was coming, his father would have said, the first girl would say spend the night, sleep over, him would have pack a bag, fist me. Me da pack a bag and make a sandwich and all them something that you want something to eat, to carry with you. Give me, you know, like all them, my granny used to carry the little thermos them and give him a little thermal plate with some ackee and saltfish and piece of banana and piece of yellow yam in there or something. Cook him favorite meal and send him on his way for the night. Go and go build a relationship. I hope she keep you over there. And you know, put him out. And that's not throwing him out on the streets and say you don't have nowhere to live. Woman, I tell you, if you come spend the night, a productive person, a woman that has a career of her own, right, is telling you to come spend the night, and you over there, I tell you, 22-year-old, 23-year-old, you about, nah, you can't spend the night at no girl house. The Lord wouldn't like that. You're coming home. Any night outside of this house here, you better stay out for the rest of your life. Then the man, if you wake up now, rather if me spend the night, me don't have nowhere to sleep for the rest of my life till me find somewhere again. So daddy I go put me out and me know say daddy strict and me know say him will do it. That's hindering, man. That's hindering. You know, I'm telling I was even telling my son that. Well, my son graduated high school recently. I was telling him, I said, listen, there are kids out here that are making their way because they started working since they were 16 in high school. So by the time they reach 18, 19, they want to go more out into the world, right? So them want to go say party, them want to go see what the world has to offer them and thing. What they start to do is they start to link up and shock up. Like, hey, bro, we work at the same place. Let's pool our money together. Let's get this 2-bedroom apartment. right? We share a bathroom, but everybody have their own room. I've seen all that, and you have to get a roommate. There's no more liberating feeling in the world than that. I remember the first time I got my first place by myself. My first place by myself was on Streatham Hill in the UK, in London, southwest London, on Streatham Hill, in close to Brixton, Nessa. My little room was like this big. No lie. If I stretch my hand this way, I touch both sides of the wall. Stretch my hand this way, I touch both sides of the wall. But nothing made me happier than to push that big old horse key into that big board door there and open the door and go in there and lock the door behind me. I would lay on my bed, play some music, all that. I didn't have nobody to answer to. I could go out when I felt like it, come home when I felt like it, carry gal go in there, and believe me, gal still go in there, even though the room did stay so and so, right? And I found beauty in it. Used to open up my window because the window was huge. And I would open up the window and there was a beautiful garden right outside the window. I would sit on the window and hang my feet out, catch my fresh air, and guess what happened? My daddy, I catch my fresh air one day and look across the way and hear, "Oi, you want to come over for tea?" Bing! You know, nobody to stop me either. I don't know a star. And he was holding his son down. He was holding his son down. Live on the air. Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, man.
What go on?
Yeah, man. So the topic sound like a very important topic that to fix.
Don't break up on me, you know. Go on, hear you.
Yeah, where I say the topic sound like a very important topic because with disability is a very serious thing, man. We need to fix the country. The country need fixing.
Yeah, for the brother we just called, right?
Yes, with that, and that topic I need to highlight. I think it really needs some more, more highlights on them things and put some pressure because the government need to start put some money into certain things. Because if we as people we can do things and help for ourselves, just imagine them people that we can't help themselves to all that.
Right.
It's wicked.
And like me did I tell them, right? I don't want to discourage them when we tell them these things. It's just like I tell the call center workers in Jamaica, say, yo, people up here are make $18 an hour doing the same job where you do, and them have you are do it for $398 a month, right? It make them feel kind of weird. So me, I tell him now, say people here who have people who have cerebral palsy working at Walmart as a greeter, them I make $15 an hour. And them something there.
Sure.
So and him and them take the bus go work. Now when the bus pull up, the bus is equipped. So the lift come down. If them in a wheelchair, pick up them wheelchair, put them in the bus, them have to climb step and all these things. Sidewalk lead from the bus stop, go all the way to the place where them work. So it's a nice paved sidewalk. You're driving at some places in Jamaica, you see people sit down at them gate in the wheelchair and you know them can't move because not even sidewalk not there. So yes, then you see these things overseas and feel like some of them things here we ourselves can take back to Jamaica, or the idea, and implement these things to make life better for our people then.
And that's why I think the people in Jamaica need they need people like me and you to sit down and reason with them, to show them. So we really need a change because even the old people them before us, they make a lot of mistakes and them never really know what they're supposed to do.
True.
You understand? We know now what's better for us and our people them and the future man and woman for tomorrow. So we need to put up these effort. Your people them on your platform maybe need to start reach out because them exposed to different type of things, Yeah. You know what I mean? They're exposed. So we really and truly, I think we really need to get rid of the two government them down in Jamaica. We really need a change. This is serious. And we need to do something for the next generation who will come before we pass off. Because you don't know if tomorrow morning me I go wake up. Because me see myself as a person who needs to they out there and reason with people on certain things and show them, say, yo, listen, we need to spend time and look into these things, because we have to change the country. Brother, we need to start going to Jamaica and sleep with the door open.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not supposed to walk on the road with my phone and my chain around my neck and a boy want it.
Are you afraid?
It's not supposed to. Yes, it's not supposed to happen.
You're not break no law. You're there live lawfully abiding and you're afraid. And you know, the place set up a way. You know, like you make perfect sense. And the two parties that's been in power forever, they know what needs to be done. Please, I know them people are not. It's not like they don't know enough. Them know what needs to be done enough.
Me think so them in for everything. Me sit and think about it, and me think so them in for all of the corruption, them in for all of the brainwash teaching, them where the youth them walk up and down in them head. As we talk about brainwash thinking, you know hear about the thing what happened in California in Sacramento with the pastor boy.
We kill off him, daughter them and thing.
3 daughter and the chaperone and through the mother of restraining order against the youth. Right. Him go kill the people them. Oh, what kind of world is where I live in, man? Man, them say you're a Christian and you want to say, yo, what kind of killing thing this on the depend on us, on a righteous man, on a rape all boy and little girl and them thing there. What go on in our church?
Yeah, but and on the change of things though, to make things better for the future generations, we do really need to speak up. You know, we spend way so much time on things when are really necessary or when are really just for entertainment's sake, and you know the serious topics them nobody not really want to discuss them because that's boring or that make me want to fall asleep and go tune into Instagram and see what's funny over there. You know that's where the majority of the people their mindset is like reality is so daunting. Them don't want reality, them want entertainment and fantasy most of the time. So when you bring up that topic here, not too many people want to tackle them topic here with you and stay the course. You know
me eat for some low platform and me see 2,000 people over there, 4,000 people sit down and listen to foolishness. Seeing, and me look at all the problem, all of the problem now we are face in our country, what Jamaica need to fix. And me look at all certain things where me see can help the country. And me look on them page and me say 60 people, 100 people, I follow that person here. But me say, but them people have influence, great influence and great teachings and great reasoning what people need to listen to right now, but people pay attention to things what they know. I have 3 Facebook. See? And the reason why I have them cheap, I have on Facebook. Before them even legalize marijuana, I've been giving people information how important marijuana is, what them can use marijuana for trade. Marijuana can use, hemp can use to do so much great things. Marijuana can bail out Jamaica out enough debt over there now.
I said that before.
See? Before them legalize marijuana and decriminalize marijuana in Canada and Jamaica, I create a page just for marijuana, teaching people how important hemp, how important marijuana is, what type of sickness it can cure. Zine. Now, me I look on some platform and me I say, John, I have them Facebook here, and you know when I read my Facebook them, make sure so I keep Black history every day for me. Teaching about Black history is an everyday thing for me, right through the ear thing for me. That simply means I get up every day. When I have time, I'm going to make sure I find proper information just to feed people information. Feed them information from my 3 Facebook them right through the ear. My Instagram them, I have 2 Instagram, and that's what I do. I feed people information. Feed them information because I want my people them to recognize, say, yo, this is what we need to be doing. We need...
Listen up. Not to cut you short, because I want other people calling to, but check this out. And we are pressed for time. We have 10 minutes left. And we still,
yes.
So, but check this out. On the marijuana thing, watch what's happening though. Watch what's happening in Jamaica. You know, say a Rastaman said this to me about 15 years ago. Him said weed have fully legalized in Jamaica, you know. But it have fully legalized when time them boy there. I say when I'm saying them boy they get to find a way where them can control it and capitalize on it and you know own the industry where it got turning. That was 15 years ago or so. I say, yeah, I don't think that they're ever gonna come because you know the big stigma with weed in Jamaica. It sends you crazy and all these things. Fast forward till today and look what happened. Dispensaries are opening in Jamaica. Who own them? All right, and I think only one of them must be owned by somebody like we have the descriptive characteristics of me, but more are popping up, and they're now marketing the ganja industry out of Jamaica as something that's medicinal and beneficial, but they make sure to put a price tag on it that is so high to get into that field that the average man, us, can't go that route there.
All right.
While they still criminalize the local farmers.
Labor right came into power. Me send petition because I have some friends up here. A matter of fact, I'm at a weed shop when I see in Canada. See, and I say Canada order $2.5 million out of marijuana, 2 point something million for sure out of marijuana. I see them they order from Jamaica already. And me been sending petition before them decriminalize marijuana in Jamaica. Them send petition and paste petition on the politician them page them block my brother. When me say me do till them block me on labor right on PMP page until them block me brother.
Yeah man.
Just this system, me I show the people them what time is it. Me I show the people them listen, this thing here is very important for people them embrace and stop make the people and go and tell a story about marijuana. I never say no man bro drink marijuana or smoke marijuana and catch cancer. But them smoke cigarettes and catch cancer. Cigarettes, cancer stick them on the shelf stay away yourself.
I want to tell, I'm see a comment in here, and I want to tell the people them this, that this is not white man a fight your thing. I know white man a fight your thing, your own government a fight you. Okay?
Yes.
It's your own government that's fighting you. It's your own elected officials that are fighting you. They're the ones that can lobby for change. They're the ones that can put it pen to paper and make and reverse these laws or make these laws redundant and put in something different in place that works for today's society and the future of tomorrow. But they choose to do it the way they're doing it, and the high price tag on the marijuana industry and who come
in a freedom pocket.
Right, exactly. That is why they get it that way. But
that's why
too much rich youth. I got there. Listen, come on. You can't. I said, me do a whole video on this already. I said, if you go to Jamaica, you see all them youth the way when you love talk bad about, all them do is sit on the corner, crush out weed, and them hand whole day. I bet you if you start commercial farming and exporting ganja, all of them youth they would have put on them gun and tell you say what? Where do you living you?
Money.
Where do you
everybody want big car to drive.
Man, a ganja farmer, you know. Them would have said proud. Them would have said proud, and they would go to work proudly. But it would have free up too many people. It would have free up too many people, and the system wouldn't run status quo how it was engineered to run anymore. Cause now you can't talk to the youth them, cause everybody would have earned them money and I live them nice life, right? They don't want that. You need middle class, you need lower class, you need upper echelon. You need the thing to be structured this way. You need some people to suffer like dog. You need some homeless begging and screaming. And you need others to have way more than others. It's social, it's engineered to be this way. Because the solutions are there to change it and them don't want to do it. Everybody else are using ganja to empower them system, right? And Jamaica grows some of the best ganja in the world. And we now use it. We still have fight for people them over it.
Fight. Down there. So I find out just now in a 2021, Mrs. said them a fight it.
Yeah. Them a fight fun. Yeah.
But what nicer than giving a person something when like to wake up and do. You them love marijuana.
Brother, enough I would
give him marijuana. I'm telling, give him marijuana. Since as he love to have something to do with marijuana, give him a chance. Give him a place in our community where he can learn about marijuana. When he can him say, all right, you know, me I got say they have open up one center right now. They teach us about marijuana, how input it, and how we can cultivate this thing here. And some of these money can go into helping these same disability people.
Yes, because all these things that they complain, no sidewalk not there, so people who's in wheelchair can't get. As they grow older, they want to go out even though they're in a chair. Them can't go no sidewalk no there. There's no centers. Right here where I live, we have something we call Field of Dreams. right? And when you go to this field of dreams, matter of fact, I'm gonna do a vlog there. I'm just gonna like put my camera up on people picnic because it looked kind of creepy. But I'm gonna show you guys the field of dreams that they have here. It's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes from my house. This center was designed. I'm gonna talk about tennis court, soccer court, basketball court, playground, all these things, a water splash pad area. Now them put a restaurant in there where they hire these same people to work, and you can get the ice cream, burgers, everything there. This is right here, and this is how they're able, and it was designed for these children with disabilities to interact on a daily basis with children who have no disabilities so that they feel and become a part of the community. In Jamaica, they're isolated, my friend, and the complaint is that there's not enough money to do this and that. What you're doing is you're pointing out how we can generate the income to take care of some of these issues.
But the same people them who are fight against the marijuana, them me see I send money go fight against the marijuana and legalize it in a film country. And I make beer money and fight in a film country. So what's wrong with Jamaica? Instead of you people see gunman get killed and go out there block street, go block the street for make the people them go on a chance to start cultivate marijuana. All them bugger Rasta man they down there and them bugger people down there. You know get up when gunman get shoot up, you know they out there block road and a bun down and a do all kind of go bun down gloves and skirt Jamaica if you don't want better, my friend. And that's enough bun down Jamaica for. Bun down Jamaica if you don't want better Jamaica. Go block road if you better Jamaica you don't want. Stop it. Stop this man I get murder and wicked boy and hide up man with gun and them thing. The Lord man them. First of all the government a gun man. The gun them where the government are find down there, them a put plant them gun there and go back go on like say them blows and skirt find like a fine on the fine them. My friend, I don't have plant gun them. People are not idiot. All of a sudden when they start fight gun, everyone start find gun now.
Election are coming up. You know that?
Yeah. Election are come. So if them a play, them a use them brain to get somewhere.
It's always politics, man. It's just like
politics.
Yeah, it's just like Mark Golding just said that, you know, let's raise some money and get these students out of Ukraine because Ukraine is getting bombed right now. I say, okay, get our people out, right? We don't have to raise money though because that should be money that's pocket money to them. But okay, let's get them out. Then him go further and say no. He's putting in place where they should get psychological help and psychiatric counseling and all these things. So I said to myself, say, wait there, stop. Do you know how many people in Jamaica, children have lost their peers to gun violence? Parents and friends to gun violence have witnessed, seen a head bust out in front of them, got belly open up, yeah, jump out ahead. Them grow up and write songs about how Mara splash on wall. Enough of them see it happen already. Actually,
that them are sing
none of them don't get no psychological help or anything like that. Now you're up on TV and in newspaper talking about those fleeing Ukraine to come back to Jamaica because they were over there studying. We should make sure that in place for them is psychological help and psychiatric counseling, and because they're gonna need it. I mean, I say, yo, them people they politicize everything. It's about politics for them more than anything else. It's not about helping the people. Because if they were helping the people, they would have been giving that kind of psychiatric counseling, psychology counseling to all these children that have been through so much trauma.
The eagle and the bear are friend, right? And the eagle influence Ukraine to give up in blow nuclear them. One of your enemy and me a friend. But me a friend with your friend. And you I trick, you know. I trick them. That's how I tell you say, yeah, so in Bob Marley knows something, and that's why them kill the man.
We're not going another one.
That man them know something. So me I show you say me I show you how politics work, how they trick one another.
Yeah man.
Then trick the man and take what feel nuclear them, and then them know some enemy there over this one conquer Ukraine, you know. So in go like saying with Ukraine if you're in a war, me back you. No worry yourself, we take care. Wait for them they know. They're not doing anything for these people. Yeah. So that's how politics work. Then we trick you. So you have to watch you. Me and you our enemy, you know. Zine and me and your enemy are friend, and you send me if you go deal with your enemy, you know. Because you can't deal with him directly, you know.
Yeah.
But we are so we country need to fix because we black people right now we are recognized that the people that must step up in our life and are left we are on our back. Just like the train them were left out and the vehicle them were left out of Ukraine, we are left in at the back. We are left in at the back every time. It's to me, sometimes I wonder if melanin is so important that they want black people to just die off. They want melanin. Something about the melanin. All right. First of all, whatever the COVID something never get and the vaccine never get in place, the war are gonna put it in place. Everything with the war did not. The COVID did not make happen. The warrior where you see are going, are gonna make it happen. Everything, everything where them want, the one world government thing, everything where you see them in a vent for, in this, it will get it. The identification, one identification card, SouFLo, I have cassette. That's so far back there for in the 90s. Me have cassette with information. If we play that information, they answer, blow you. I don't tell you have the information of where the thing will happen right now to the day. Right now to the day, me I tell you, say, me have cassette can play, make your ear with information what I tell you what I go on right now. Right now. What them I tell you, all the boy them sit around table and organize for the one identification card to come to existence. For them can money brother, our wicked place we are living at, our wicked time we are living at right now, you know. And we, the people, them need to wake up and fight them. SouFLo, we have been bending our back all long. If you want the game for over, we need to stand up. And because upon our back, them are play the game. The game is playing on our backs. Zine, and we bend over. And bend over. People have been over to us. We need to get up and stand up. Once you get up and stand up, the game is over.
All right, hear me. We're going to cut that one here this morning, right? This one. All right.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself. Manners and respect.
Yeah, man. Respect, man. That's your word, my general.
All right.
All right. Bless and bless you.
Bless it. Yeah. Hey, mommy. All right. So on another topic though. We didn't talk about Shatta Wale. Let's skip off. The brother that said a lot, and I understand. Sometimes when people call, right, they want to talk about one thing, but because the time is limited and them are called for so long and can't get through, that by the time they do get through, is like, yo, let me address the 10 topics that I want to address. So nothing wrong with that still. See, you just have to ride with the ride. That's how I go. And every morning is something different. So be here to experience it, I guess. Right? The Shatta Wale, have y'all seen it? Topic switch. Shatta Wale. Shatta Wale is known as the dancehall king in Africa, or the dancehall king of Africa. Shatta Wale, I thought I hear Kai. Kai, come here. All right, we're not gonna have this conversation. Come here, my baby out there cry, and I don't know what's going on with him. So we're gonna leave this one right here, and we'll catch up at another time. All right. The whole Shatta Wale thing, though, I want you to go look at it, look it up, and have the discussion in our comment section down there. So look at my icon picture. What is going on? How him hold the bodyguard, kiss the bodyguard on his mouth, and then when the bodyguard hug him, how the man close him eyes like say him in an ecstasy and these things. And then the clips with him doing the whole pink wig thing. You can find that on Dancehall Mag, dancehallmag.com, dancehallmag.com. So go look that up and then finish the conversation in the comment section below this video. I'm gonna go be with my babies, all right? And I'll catch y'all. For those who don't know what's going on, we have this whole fitness thing going on between me and wifey, and I'm supposed to be accommodating her schedule so she could get in. She does classes, and her classes are scheduled, right? Her aerobics class and all these things. So if me stay too long, she miss our class, them and all that. So we'll try to work the thing out like that. So work with it. All right. Big up. Have a blessed day, and we'll catch up tomorrow morning right here on SouFLoTV. All right. I'm out. Peace. Say bye, mommy. Say bye-bye. You said bye-bye? She said bye-bye to who? Peace. Yeah, gotta go. Bye bye.